Hi, I hope you're well and you've had a nice week so far. I'm here today to speak to you about September and being smart. Yes, about being smart. How do I mean it? Well, September is about getting back on track, right? The holiday season is over. Hopefully, we've had some time to recharge our batteries, and now we want to get down to work, refocus, regroup. I actually received an email yesterday warning me that there are only 100 days left till the end of the year, which strikes a chord with what I hear in my coaching sessions every September. So what do we say every September? We cannot believe that it's already September. I only have 3 months left to finish all this. I really hope I can complete this project until the end of the year. I'd better get down to work if I want to finish this or that. I'm sure it sounds familiar, and it's understandable that we want to create a momentum to finish, complete everything that we have set out to do at the beginning of the year. But what you can hear is that we might just as well create and attract panic instead of a momentum. And with panic comes procrastination, self-doubt, anxiety, escapism. There is no way I could find a new job this year. I better wait for January when there are new vacancies, new budget. After all, I have a job, right? It pays the bills, I have a steady income, the company I work for is not too bad. Many dream to work for this firm, so why would I leave? And why actually bother learn German? I might not even need it for my new job. German is just so difficult. And anyway, I was never good at languages. Yeah, I might park this one for later. And yes, I wanted to get back in shape this year, but the gym membership are just so expensive. And while I could go running is not good for your knees, and winters are just not good for losing weight. It's cold and most people stay in, so yeah, how about I revisit this goal in spring? I might have gone a bit sarcastic there, but I'm sure we all recognize ourselves in coming up with all sorts of excuses how not to achieve what we said we would achieve. You see, we start questioning our goals. We start, doubting our abilities. And questioning is fine as long as it's constructive. But if we go back to complaining about this job, if we dread to go to work the next day, if we cannot go up a flight of stairs, if we continue not being able to fit into our clothes, then what we are doing is not questioning, but escaping the situation. So how can we use these 100 days to our advantage? How can we get excited about our goals? How can we use this time so that we are happy to have set goals and not cancel on them altogether? Well, here's where the SMART acronym, the SMART technique comes in. For some of you, it might be very familiar. For some of you, maybe not. Common knowledge doesn't necessarily mean common practice. We know something, but we sometimes don't use it or apply it. I've been teaching about SMART goal setting for years, and I don't always succeed in setting SMART goals myself. So how does SMART goal setting work? So whatever goal you set for yourself, you have, whether it's losing weight, gaining confidence, changing jobs, learning a language or improving your language skills, you want to make sure that they are SMART. Now, SMART stands for S for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for timed. So if we start with the S, specific, make sure that when you choose a goal, you know specifically what you will do that will have you move towards your goal. So if you say, I want to improve my Dutch, do you mean spoken Dutch? Do you mean written Dutch? Will you learn that in a group? Will you take up a course? Will you do it with a tutor on your own? How do you actually learn best? And what will you specifically do on a daily basis that will bring you closer to your goal? Will you start writing your shopping list in Dutch? Will you start writing your journal in Dutch, or watching TV, or listening to podcasts and radio? If you say you want to get fitter, what does that mean? Does it mean losing weight? Does it mean being able to run a 5K, at 20 minutes? Does it mean being able to play with your children without getting out of breath? Specify your goal and then think about what you will do to become fitter, to improve that German or Dutch. After you've done that, how will you measure your success? How will you measure your progress? Will you take a test? Will you sit for a test to check your German skills at the end of the year? Will you run a half marathon and check your time to see whether you've achieved your goal? Will you stand on a scales to check if you've lost, the number of kilos you wanted to lose? How will you be able to measure your success, your progress? It's extremely important because we cannot really improve anything we can't measure. So come December or come the end of this year, how will you be able to measure everything you have done, all the efforts you have put towards achieving that goal you set for yourself? And after that, you want to review if your goal that you chose is actually achievable. It might have been achievable last year or 3 years ago. Maybe it's achievable for your colleague or your neighbor, but is it realistically achievable for you? Not that you collapse, burned out of workaholism. You want to make sure that your goals are motivating and not daunting. So maybe the goal you chose is above your abilities. Maybe it's going to have you abandon this goal. Maybe you want to adjust it a little bit, change it so that it really suits your abilities and suits your expectations. After you have reviewed your goal and made it achievable, ask yourself, how relevant is it to you? Why did you choose this goal in the first place? How is it important to you? What will change after you've achieved this goal? Who will you become? What will become available to you? What opportunities will open up? What opportunities will you miss out on? Maybe you chose this goal, but you don't identify with this goal at all, and thus you lack motivation. So again, it's really important to ask yourself the relevance of your goals, of your objectives. And last but not least, what's the time frame? Now we have 100 days left, maybe 99, 98 days left till the end of the year. What is the time frame? Is this realistic to achieve what you said you would achieve? You've already asked yourself this question. Now we have 100 days. How will you divide it into months, into weeks, into days, into hours? What milestones can you choose so that you keep working towards your goal, so that you're motivated, so that you actually identify with the how, you identify with the journey, and you continue running, you continue eating healthy, even after you've achieved your goal, past, December 31st. So this is how SMART works. I hope it makes sense. Now think about your goals, think about your projects, think about what you want to achieve still in the next 99, 98 days, in the next 3 months, in the next year, and review them. Are they SMART? Are they specific? Can you measure your progress? Is this really achievable realistically? And how important, how relevant are those goals to you? Are they motivating or daunting? Are they stressing you all the time you think is right? I am happy to answer all your questions you have. I'm happy also to accompany you and make sure that your goals are SMART. So if you need help, if you need to sit down with a coach to help you define your goals, first of all, and then make them SMART, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Have a lovely weekend.